would be all set. All right. So, you don't even have to look at that. All right. So, number one, were you invited to the NFL Combine? And if so, how did it go? If not, why do you think this was?
Well, I didn't go to the Combine.
Okay.
The one reason I really think is because I had back-to-back injuries, junior year and senior year, although I was productive. But just the risk of me re-injuring my shoulder because I had surgery week 7 of my senior year, I wouldn't be able to bench, run, perform at all at the Combine.
Okay.
So it's pretty much like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Go rehab.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so number two, during your time in college, did you know exactly what you wanted to do if the NFL did not work out?
I knew I wanted to try that. I knew I wanted to get into coaching.
Okay.
Didn't know on what level. But most of my aspirations was to stick around football. I didn't know if it would have been front office, strength and conditioning, position coaching, trying to be a head coach. So I guess I knew, but I didn't really have a clear mindset.
Yeah, kind of similar to me right now going on. So, all right, so kind of piggybacking off the last question, what inspired you to become a coach? Or, well, actually, just now that you're a strength coach, what inspired you to just be a coach in general or a strength coach?
Well, what inspired me was once I got a chance to actually go through my internship. And as I was going through my internship, I was also preparing for a pro day, a second pro day, because of another injury. So I got a chance to see how the strength and conditioning field was not only just lifting weights, it was mentoring, and it was also trying to develop guys mentally. So I like the big brother aspect of it. So.
Cool. Okay, so as an aspiring coach myself, I want to be a coach. I'd exactly kind of like you. I don't really know on what type of level. I think if I had to choose a head coach somewhere. So what, if any, advice can you give me as I kind of enter in the workforce?
I would tell you this. If you already have aspirations on being a coach, just make sure, number one, you got to have a lady, a woman that's behind you 100%. You leave the house at 4 a.m., don't get home till 7:30 p.m. I mean, she got to have your back. The second thing is don't think you know it all. I mean, if you want to learn, you want to mold, you want to basically live through the weights and live through the guys that the coaches bring in for you to work with, just make sure you got support behind you. Make sure you seek advice. Not telling you to take it, but always try to refine the process of what you did to become who you are as a strength coach. Keep refining it.
Cool.
And get you a nice woman, man.
Okay, so number 5, do you believe the Combine in its own is a fair evaluation of talent? And if so, do you think it should remain as invite only, or should it be for anyone who wants to pursue the NFL?
Well, I do think it should be invite only. I think NFL Combine should be something that is a reward of what you've done on the field.
Okay.
Kind of a rite of passage saying that you have basically been honored through what you've done through your collegiate career. If not, who knows who would be at the NFL Combine. And you don't want somebody like, say for instance, Jim Harbaugh. You don't want him there just watching anyone. You want it to be focused and also productive for TV.
So do you think the drills they have in place between bench press 40, vertical broad, all that, do you think those are good evaluations of talent, or do you think they should add some more football into it? Because I know some people, they don't really blow people's minds in like the 40 time or the bench press, but they, you look at all Tom Brady's receivers, they can just play football, right? So what do you think of that?
I think I like the drills. It gives you a component of, okay, you know what the drills are. Can you learn the drills? Can you dedicate yourself to performing better at the drills over 8 weeks? That shows the scouts one thing. Then you go through position work, match that up to what you've done on the field with your film.
Yeah.
So I like this.
A little combination of both.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a combination of both.
Yeah. All right. So when you were a student athlete at Arkansas, did you think that being wrapped up in the football aspect, you got workout 6 a.m., whatever, you got practice 3:30, who knows? Did you think the football work consumed you, or did it benefit you in the classroom?
Without football and without the accountability of football, having my coaches and having the staff around me to support me, I really don't think I probably would have made it through class. Mm-hmm. Being able to go to an academic advisor, tutoring, and seek extra help from my professor, football actually pretty much propelled me to get a degree.
Okay.
2 degrees, actually.
Similar to me, I need that structure because I remember in this offseason before I transferred from Wayne State, I had one of my worst academic semesters I've ever had because I feel like I just sit around and play video games the entire time. So I need that structure. And now, I've started, I don't know, it's probably been a month and a half now, and I'm doing so much better in school right now. Yeah. So, for me, I need that structure too. All right. What do you like most right now as being a strength coach? What?
I like the fact that, one, I don't have to wear a suit. Don't have to worry about putting any slacks or khakis on or no type of dress shoes. But to be honest with you, number one thing is being able to get personalities out of the players. Being able to see them come in the door one way, leave a totally different person when it comes to their body. Yeah. Then being able to mentor them, help them mentally, help them just emotionally, and then teach them that what you do in the weight room can carry over to the field. Yeah. And it's strictly work. Yeah.
Okay, so I think you already touched on Pro Day. Do you believe it's a good thing or a bad thing, and why or why not? And you said you participated in 2 Pro Days, so that was part of the question. I was like, did you participate in a Pro Day? But you said you already did 2, so overall, do you think Pro Day is a good thing, or is it just an excuse to get the cameras on you?
No, I think for those who don't get a chance to go to the combine, right? It's a time for them to show what they can do. For those who went to the combine and maybe didn't do as well, maybe was too anxious, didn't feel comfortable, just didn't have a good night's rest. You know what I mean? Too much pressure because it's only you inside of a big stadium. They get a chance to go and perform. I think Pro Day is going to be forever held because it gives you a chance to see what they can do when they're comfortable, when they're at home.
All right. So more about the. All right. So a little bit more about kind of the NFL as a whole. Do you think the NFL draft is too long? I think it has 7 or 8 rounds, or is it too little, or do you think it's just right?
I think it's just right because the roster is only 53 man, and then you only have I think 17 on the practice squad. Any bigger than that, you're looking at a major decision between keeping someone or losing someone, all because of you made the wrong decision in the draft. So he's paid, he's capped out, and say you take the wrong guy because you have 9 rounds, and then you're losing money in the NFL.
All right. So I'm doing this is kind of what rooted the next question is I'm doing a paper on why, it's actually an opinion piece on why the NFL or college combined don't let players leave until their junior year, as opposed to the NCAA basketball, you can leave like one and done. So I guess my question for you is, so the NFL is the only professional league that allows players to leave after 3 seasons, so after their junior year. Do you like that practice, or do you think they should be able to leave as early as high school, like they used to allow with, like, you got LeBron and Kobe, or do you think they need at least a year, if not 3?
Football, right?
Yeah.
Just structurally, just muscular and structurally, I don't think that I don't want to say a child, but an 18-year-old's body is ready for a 16-game stretch. Along with not only that, but you have someone who's maybe 27, 28 years old, built like a bison, and you have the athletic ability, but you just haven't just developed mentally, physically, emotionally. You're away. You got to go to mini camp. You have to go to OTAs. Then you have to get ready to study a long playbook.
So it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot on an 18-year-old person.
Yeah.
And I think the risk of injury just goes out the roof if you just make it that early.
Yeah. All right, cool. I think we only got 2 or 3 more. Yeah, 2. Okay. So what was your favorite part about playing in the NFL, and then what was your favorite part about playing in college?
NFL, just the fact of being around the greats. I mean, it isn't like they got a scholarship. No, they could be cut at any moment. They were brought here. It's always just a dream come true to be able to play.
Were you on the Tampa Bay Bucks with Jameis? Was he there yet?
No, Jameis was
not there. Okay.
Yeah, not there yet.
Okay. I don't know many guys on the Bucks other than Doug Martin, but all right. So what about college? What was your favorite part about playing in college?
In college, it was the brotherhood. I mean, every day, 6 a.m., I was a D lineman, defensive end linebacker. So it was just the brotherhood of being with the team, being with you guys, being able to just know that home stadium doesn't change.
Yeah.
And it just didn't get any better than.
Was senior day pretty emotional then?
Yeah. Very emotional. I mean, because I did red shirt, I look at it like I could have had two senior days. Yeah. Guys actually came in when left my year 4. Then I had to leave. Well, I didn't have to, but I left with the guys that came in after me. So it was very emotional for me.
All right. So what, if any, are the biggest similarities and differences between the NFL and collegiate level? So I know you already touched on just that physicality and the development of bodies, but anything else you can touch on that?
The speed of the game, the details that you have to pay attention to. You can't take a rep off. You think you're the best, but you're going against someone who's trying to not only increase their stock, but you have to make sure you keep your job.
So do you think a guy like Tom Brady, who's going into, I don't even know how many years, but he's going to be like 40, 41 years old, do you think it's him in the weight room, or do you think it's just that mentality and that injury prevention rehab, or just working out like here that's all injury prevention? Because he's not the biggest guy on the field, but what do you think makes a guy like Tom Brady or Odell Beckham so successful, and they get better every single year?
It's a little bit of both. It's almost like the reason why they can strike a strong punch every year is because they have the nutrition in point, they have the film study on point. In the weight room, they're working strength, flexibility, mobility. Off the field, I'm sure that they're sleeping right, they're hydrating right. And the last thing is I'm sure they have a nice, strong faith foundation. All of that strong every year. Yeah. And you just can't beat it when you're well rounded like that. Of course, they got a good support staff. Yeah. I mean, Tom Brady just and
go.
Yeah, just to go. I mean, don't get any better than that.
Yeah. All right, last one. So, what do you miss most about playing the game yourself?
Me?
Yeah. It could be NFL, college. It could be a moment. Just what do you miss the most?
The number one thing. I really just miss the grind.
Okay.
Because I mean, if you waste time and you don't put forth effort to make it every day, I mean every rep that you do, you'll sit back and say, I wish I would have, I could have, I should have. But when you did do it, and you look back and say, man, I miss the way I used to throw up after that 6 a.m. run. I miss the way I used to, leave with just a swole after the upper body lift. And then for a fact, that's what made you so successful on the field. The success gonna come, but you really missed the way that you grinded with your brothers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing compares to that sweat.
Another thing I missed in this whole entire semester of just being off was just like, actually, I mean, sometimes you hate it at 6 a.m. and, sometimes, being up that early around all the loud music kind of sucks. And then you kind of look back on it and you're like, I liked it.
Yeah, you go home, spring break, after 3 days, you're like, man, I'm ready to go back, or you go do a little workout just because your body is used to it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, I really appreciate it.
No
I'm
problem.
going to send you my A, though.
Okay.
I'm going to send you the website and the A. It's going to be good.
That's it.
So, all right, appreciate it, man.